One thing that I dislike when it comes to writing software is when I have to do the same thing over and over again. This sort of thing can happen in this database application, whether it's desktop or web, where you might have a record declaration somewhere, you've got SQL code, you've got to tie them together, and you do that on a table by table basis. And if you're going one step further, and let's say we're doing something that's web-based, HTMX, you may be able to, you'll start to see patterns in the output, and whether it's a table or a list going to a browser. Doing it once, is okay. Doing it twice, but if you're going to do it 3 or more times, there has to be a better way of doing it. Now, there's a book that I can remember called, for Python developers, it's called Automate the Boring Stuff, and good idea. And with the wedding application that I'm developing, there's going to be lots of tables, and I thought about something similar. Something that would generate Pascal code for me that would get all that boring stuff out of the way. What I wanted was a program which could, let's say, generate that record, that model. Mustache wants the JSON structures to use, so I need to be able to get something to and from JSON. Obviously, I find that the standard SQL operations after a while can become a bit tedious to write and also error prone. You may forget a field name or get a field name incorrect. And then I also wanted some test programs to make sure that what the code that was generated was correct. And then also, because we're talking about web and we've already got the field information, why not generate some templates that I would be able to use, from the website. So why don't we now? I'll just bring up another window here. So in this folder here, we've just got a configuration file and the program itself. The configuration file, by the way, just holds settings, so I don't have to remember to punch them out every time I want to run the program. So we're just talking about a username, password, and well, actually I could show you what it is. The password, by the way, is just my default admin one. So nothing special there. If I run the CodeGen program by itself, it tells you what the parameters are, and you can see here that we give it a table name. We say whether we want the unit names to be just flat or whether we want them to be used dotted like you might use in Delphi. Whether or not we want to use a database pool. The name is let's call it a special parameter, where if you want to have, let's say, if you've got a table name consisting of 3 words or 2 words and you want to have a special naming, and a special name for the types being used in the program, then you got the standard database type settings, etc. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to run it against my person table and we'll see what gets generated. So here you can see that it's generated our model. We've got our service layer, which does our SQL. We've got our mappers for JSON and the database. And we also have some templates, that I can use in a web browser. If you go back to the previous video where I showed you some of that. So basically, you can see here, it's just like I said, the standard record definition. You can see which one is the primary key, the other fields, and this information here is just output as it would be in the database here. We also have a list here, which you can see, and then we've also got a record definition, and I can see I will have a little error here because my person ID is an integer. So let's go to here and fix that up. Otherwise, I'm going to get an error in a little tiny bit. So that was the model, like I said. Then if we look at, we've got some code classes here where, like I say, we can go to and from a JSON object to a person record and vice versa. And the whole purpose of this is to be able to convert it into a JSON object, which I could then use in Mustache. Now let's go to the service type. Now let's say the bigger one is the person service. So So here we'll just look at one of the functions, and this is the one used to insert a record here. And you can see here that it will connect to a database. It generates the SQL code, sets up the parameters, commits a transaction, and so on. Nothing magical per se, but what it does do is that it eliminates the chances of me, having any errors when in writing the insert statement, having a field name specified incorrectly, or so on. Also important to note that here we are also using parameterized queries, which is good for handling, bad users trying to, inject stuff into your database. The very last program I will show you here before we look at the source code. It's quite a simple program here where what it basically does is it'll just, create a person, convert it to JSON, bring it back, make sure the values are equal, sort of stuff. Again, the whole purpose of the test program is just to make sure that the code that the program generated is compilable. So here is the program that we're using for the my code generator. You can see that we've got some code here which will, process the command line, whether we wanted the, flat names or the dotted names, whether we're using a database pool, the standard database settings, and so on. And then what will happen is we get the table name, and we can then load the table definition here. And when we are loading the table definition, and I am dealing with a Firebird database here, so I've got a couple of Firebird related queries here, or specific queries I should say, to get information about the fields, and there's another one down below here to get information about primary keys. And then that information then is used to populate this structure up here. And by this structure we're talking about what's our table that we're using, what's the name of the primary key, what are our fields, and with our fields then we've got essentially name and type information here. So once we've got that information, we can then go into this function down here. And this function here really is the one which generates the model. It will generate the mappers here, for JSON and for my database. And then we've got the code that creates a service, that being the database operations themselves. A couple of test programs, one for testing the JSON mapper and the other for my service testing. And then we will have some template files using Mustache. So for instance, if we go into our unit here, this is the service unit that we're writing here. Essentially what happens is we take the information from that table definition, and it will be creating code, to perform each operation. And just by way of showing how part of that is done, you can see here how we build up our list of fields, our list of parameters. And the reason why we'd be using parameterized queries, as I said, is to prevent that nefarious user trying to inject something. We can do update, we add code that we can for the field names in our update statements, etc. And then all that information then comes becomes part of this unit, and that unit then will be written to file from this function here. So here, like I said, you can just see that all it's really going to be doing is just pushing all the data received from there into there, job done, making sure the directory exists, obviously. So just before I do finish, I'll bring up the question about, well, what about linking tables? Suppose we've got a wedding table on one side and a person table on the other side, and we want to have, let's say, a wedding guest type table, so linking people to a wedding. Because a person might also be a florist or something else, a contact. Well, so that linking table, I would not necessarily, you put through this program here. And the reason why is that the purpose of the generator is for entities, for things that I would be putting onto the let's say displaying graphically, or we've got large amounts of or things which are largely repetitive. Here, if I wanted to add something to the let's say to the person table, linking them to a wedding, or from the wedding linking them to the linking people to that wedding, I would put little bits of code into either the wedding service or the person service or both, because a linking table is not really an entity. It's more about a relationship, and the relationships then become the business logic. So those things, like I said, I'll likely do by hand. The idea then behind this code generator is to give me code, to give me building blocks, that's clean mappers, and something that can handle the repetitive tasks, so I can concentrate on the other stuff. And this is how I automate some of that boring stuff. Something I wished I had have started a bit earlier, in my life, but it's not to be clever, but it's and to enable me to stay focused on, like I said, the real work. So if this helped you, cool. I hope you. So if this helps you think differently about your own workflows, then I'm glad. But until next time, happy coding. See you on the other side. Cheers.